Now, being able to match the colors between two different photos in Photoshop is one of the most important skills if you want to create compositing work. But fortunately, you don't have to use super complicated methods and blending techniques, and instead, with the curves adjustment layer, you can blend two images super easily. So in this project here, I've already gone ahead and removed the background from this person layer. And if you don't know how to remove backgrounds or cut out hair, I'll leave some resources in the description below for you to watch after this video. But in this case, I want to blend the person layer into the background. Obviously, the person is a little bit more warm and yellow compared to the blue in the background. So by matching the colors of the person layer to the background, things will look a little bit more cohesive. So to begin, I'm going to go ahead and add a curves adjustment at the top of my layer stack related to the person layer. So clicking on the curves adjustment layer within the adjustments panel, I'll now add a clipping mask by right-clicking and going to create clipping mask. Now this curves adjustment layer will only affect the person layer. Next, I want to make sure I'm clicking on the curves adjustment icon and not the layer mask. And from there, I'll go to the hamburger menu and choose auto options. In the window that appears, we'll enable find dark and light colors, disable snap neutral midtones, and then we want to set our shadow point color. So I'll click on the shadow color swatch, and this opens up the color picker. And now I can go and click in the background to sample a color to set for my shadows. So you want to click in the darkest part of the background that you're trying to blend your subject into. Now, if you have weird results, just make sure that your sample settings are set to point sample or 3x3 average, depending on how specific you want to get with your color samples. For this example, I'll just sample right around here. It's that dark navy blue, and I'll click OK. Next, I'll click on the highlights color swatch, and I'll just go and click in the brightest area, which would be the clouds. But since that's just basically white, I'm going to actually click on the side of the house here, and that's just a bit of a muted blue, so I'll click OK there. Finally, if you'd like to add a mid-tone color, you can do that as well, clicking somewhere in the middle exposure range of the photo that you're trying to blend into. So I just clicked on the roof here, that looks good enough, and I'll click OK. Click OK again to exit the auto color correction options, and we do not want to set these colors as defaults, so I'll click No. Now the colors are looking a little better, but of course the contrast looks totally off. Fortunately, we can just edit the black and white points of our curves adjustment layer and eyeball the adjustment until we're happy. So within the properties panel of our curves adjustment layer, I'll click on the black point and move it over to the right to add black to the subject. It's going to make the contrast more intense, and just adjust this until you believe it looks like it blends nicely with the background image. We'll now do the same thing, but this time at the white point, clicking and dragging this over to add to the brightness value, or bring it down if we want to decrease the intensity of the highlights. But for this example, I'm going to increase it just slightly since the background is quite contrasty. So you can play around with these settings as you would like, but once you're happy with it, we can go to the next step, which is blending everything together. Now I know that some of this can be a little bit confusing, so I created a free lesson cheat sheet breaking down all of these steps for this tutorial that you can access for free in the description below. So at this point, we have matched the colors between our subject and the background, turning the curves adjustment layer on and off. That looks a lot more cohesive overall. But now that we have matched the color from one photo to another, we want to blend both of them together with the help of Camera Raw. To begin, I'm going to select all of the layers within my layers panel by holding Shift and clicking on the topmost layer and then the bottommost layer. And then I'll press Command or Control J to duplicate all of those selected layers. And I'll right click and go to Convert to Smart Object. This will convert our layer into a smart object, so we can use the Camera Raw filter as a filter where we can access all of our settings afterwards. With that duplicated smart object layer selected, I'll go up to Filter and down here to Camera Raw Filter. Now inside of Camera Raw, we can add new color grading and contrast adjustments that are going to affect both our subject and the background. So by adding a global adjustment, it just helps to further blend everything together. In this example, I'm just going to quickly add some warming adjustments using the color temperature. So I'll increase the warmth here like so, maybe add a little bit of magenta, and then I'll go to the color grading and I'll add some warm tones here. Now, although I'm adding these warming adjustments, you can do whatever you want inside of Camera Raw. This is just an example to show you how you can use Camera Raw to finalize your adjustments. But anyways, I'm happy with how this is looking. I'll click OK to save my adjustments back into the main Photoshop workspace. All of these adjustments are now saved as a smart filter, so I can just double click on the words Camera Raw filter if I want to update these color grading adjustments. But now, because we originally matched the color of the two images and then we applied a global adjustment, we have a really cohesive looking photo with our final color grade. So this was after our final color grade, adding those warming adjustments. This was after our original blending, and then this was our original subject against the background. So here is our after and the total before. So a pretty big difference there, and hopefully with the help of curves and Camera Raw, you can easily match the colors of your photos going forward. Now, of course, color is just one part of the process when you're blending two images together, and lighting is also a really important part of this process. And although we didn't cover it in this tutorial, I did talk about it already in a past video where you can learn how to create light in Photoshop if you go ahead and watch this video here. That will tell you how to create light sources and add lighting effects to your subjects, which is going to be super useful after you do your color grading adjustments. So if you want to check that out, just again, click the video right here to watch that next.